Next provision. If the minimum amount has not been subscribed, as I told you, the sum payable on application is not received within a period of 30 days from the date of issue of the prospectus or any such other period as may be specified by the SEBI, the amount received shall be returned, as I told you, within such time as may be prescribed. And whenever company having a share capital makes any allotment, it shall file with the registrar a return of allotment. In case of any default, the company and its officer who is in default shall be punishable with a penalty for each default of 1000 rupees for each day during which the default continues, or 1 lakh rupees, whichever is less. And then the securities to be dealt with in stock exchanges. Section 40 says all the securities here in public offer must be dealt with in stock exchanges concerned. And then a company may, under section 41, issue, after passing a special resolution, issue a depository receipt in any foreign country in such manner as subject to conditions, which is called global depository receipt. That means an American contributing to our shares in a foreign country. We go for public issue in India, and a foreigner also contributes, then it would call it global depository receipt. So now what do you understand? Now section 23 to 41, part 1 of chapter 3. This is with regard to the only public limited companies. Private limited is concerned, it will go for private placement under section 42. Public limited companies are concerned, they can go for public issue or they can go for private placement. And the most important thing is that through private placement means again 42, with public issue means sections 23 to 41 of the Companies Act. Then they can invite the public to contribute, and then they have to follow this particular procedure, give the necessary details, file with the registrar the necessary documents, and then comply, then go for minimum subscription, wait for that, and once it is all procured within the time frame, then it can go for allotment. Otherwise, the amount collected has to be refunded. This is the crux of the issue ultimately. And then further, what you find is all the securities which are going for public issue must be necessarily dealt with in a recognized stock exchange. Today we have got basically two stock exchanges. One is the BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, then another one is the NSE, National Stock Exchange. These are all the two most important stock exchanges today. In fact, in vogue, most of the other stock exchanges are closed down. So, and it can also go for a global deposit receipt under section 41 of the Act. So, these are all the rules and regulations pertaining to prospectus. The various details supposed to be given in the prospectus, in fact, are to be taken from the SEBI regulations and guidelines, as the case may be. You have to check up these particular things. It contains basically the details of the company, details of the directors, occupation, and then experience. Then it also contains the various reports, auditor's report, and then technical reports, and then about the project for which this particular fund is being raised, and the details of the project, the details of the contracts, and then what are the contracts thereon, whether the details of the contracts, all these things would be given in this particular prospectus. In fact, whenever you find in the newspaper an example of an advertisement saying this is only an advertisement but not a prospectus, and public issue offer is made. Now COVID, I don't know, public issue anybody would go, anybody would contribute for the time being. If it goes so, for practical experience, as I used to do in my student days, you must contact the stock exchange or the stockbroker and try to obtain a full copy of the prospectus. Normally it is issued free of cost. Then, or it may be available in the website. Then you see that prospectus, you will understand it is in compliance with these particular provisions just now I read over. That is part 1 of in chapter 3 of the Companies Act 2013, sections 23 to 41. So this is with regard to the public issue of shares by public limited companies. Friends, the next issue is private placement. Private limited companies cannot go for public, so they have to go necessarily for only private placement, number one. Then the public companies also can go for private placement. What is the status here? If a private limited company goes for public issue, private placement, how it would get in the money? If it is a public limited company, how by private placement it will procure? Because here there is no public invitation. Private limited company cannot go for public invitation. Public limited company may not, and then it will go for a private placement. In both the cases, the provisions of section 42 apply under part 2, chapter 3 of the Companies Act, which is under the caption private placement. This particular aspect of private placement, my dear friends, I will in fact deal with in tomorrow's session, and I will also deal with the rule of golden legacy and the provisions of civil and criminal liability, section 34, 35 and 36, read with 37 and 38. These are all the provisions. In fact, I will deal with in tomorrow's session. So tomorrow I will first cover the private placement, later on the rule of golden legacy, and with that I will conclude my discussion on this topic of prospectus. So thank you very much. Then we will meet again in tomorrow's session. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you.